Now, Sean Hannity seems to be maybe in a little bit of trouble as of late due to allegations of sexual harassment. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Again, this follows what Fox News has been going through lately with first Bill O'Reilly and now possibly Sean Hannity. Now, but wait a minute. I might actually take Sean Hannity's side. So hold on for a minute. So let's get some of the facts here. Now, turns out a former contributor to Sean Hannity's show, a woman by the name of Debbie Schlussel, okay, is alleging that Hannity maybe sexually harassed her or propositioned her, and when she refused his advances, he retaliated by no longer bringing her on his show. Well, look, those are some serious allegations. I'm not really here to litigate it too much. I'm just here to give you what I know. Now, this is from Law News. Now, they report that Schlussel, who was a former Fox News guest and appeared on a local radio show last Friday and recounted an incident where Sean Hannity had basically propositioned her, or what she says, asked her to come to the hotel. When she rebuffed his advances, she claims she was ostracized by the network star. Now, of course, Hannity coming out strong against these allegations on his show earlier this week said this.
I have to start tonight by addressing a well-orchestrated effort by the intolerant left in this country that is designed to silence every conservative voice and by any means necessary. Now, I am speaking out tonight so that you, our audience, will understand what is really happening here and what is really at stake when it comes to freedom of speech in this country. Now, these tactics are right out of Saul Alinsky's Rule for Radicals playbook. Now, I've worked in radio for 30 years. I've been right here at the Fox News Channel for 21 and a half years. I'm very proud of that. And during this time, there's always been efforts and attempts to smear and slander and besmirch me and other conservatives, but it has never been as intense and completely insane as it is right now. Now, I want you to understand, every single minute, every single second I am on the air, radio, TV, there's somebody, likely being paid, recording and monitoring every single word that comes out of my mouth, all in the hopes that I may say something they can twist and distort and use against me and try and destroy my reputation, get my conservative voice off the air. Now, it's only gotten worse in the age of President Trump. Now, it's no secret I've been a supporter of the president and, of course, his policies. And quite simply, these liberal fascists, they can't stand conservative voices. Now, for those of you who don't know me well, I have a pretty thick skin. I call out people, I say things, I give my point of view 4 hours a day. And for all these years, well, there has been endless, unrelenting attacks against me. But now, in light of recent events, I have come to the conclusion I can no longer remain silent, and I can no longer let the left slander against me slide.
Oh, okay. Wait. Well, hold on here. So let me get this straight. Now, you get accused of propositioning someone, and immediately you jump to attacking liberals and calling it liberal fascism. For what? Reporting that this actually happened? Not the fact that you proposition this person, because we don't know what happened, but just reporting that, hey, this might have happened, this person says this, Hannity says that. Well, that seems perfectly balanced news reporting. But no. This is liberal fascism, it's slander. Hilarious. What does this actually have to do with liberals at all? Anyway, again, all we did was, well, not me personally, because this is the first time I'm reporting this story, but different outlets have reported this. And yes, some will go to, did go to saying, oh, he's guilty. I'm not going to that. I'm not doing that. But for the most part, this doesn't have a lot to do with liberals other than the fact that they've actually reported on this story in left-leaning media. See, Debbie Schlussel, it's not like she's some bleeding heart liberal, okay? This person is a well-known, well, maybe not well-known, but she's known well enough as a conservative commentator. So she's a conservative, and she says, hey, this might have happened. Now, again, she backtracks on her story a bit, but just the idea of reporting that this happened, that there's this disagreement between them, that's somehow real liberal fascism. It smears. I don't quite get it. I don't quite get it. Okay. Now, I'm kind of going to defend Hannity at this point. That was hard to get out. Okay. It was very, very difficult for me to say, but that's what I'm going to do. Now, Law News reports that Schlussel denied that she was ever sexually harassed by Sean Hannity. Okay, so there's a fact right there. She denies, first she comes out and says, I was sexually harassed, but no, actually, you know what? I go back on that. He didn't actually sexually harass me. Okay. Now, Schlussel stands by her description of the incident. She told Law News that she doesn't believe what happened between the two amounted to sexual harassment by any sort of legal definition. Quote, I would never accuse him of that. Sexual harassment has a special meaning under the law, and I would never accuse him of that. Okay, so what exactly was the situation in the first place? Quote, he tried to get me back to go back to the hotel after the show, and he and his executive producer, Bill Shine, treated me horribly. That was after she was on the show, and basically they did a tag team, but not that way. Okay, so apparently she felt very, very mistreated. Now, she later clarified that that he didn't ask her to go back to his hotel room, but just to the hotel in general. Okay. Now, the hotel room, that's got a special connotation, right? You ask somebody back to the hotel room if you want to have sex with them. That apparently did not happen. She's saying that it didn't happen. Okay, but hotel, well, what do hotels have? Hotels have swimming pools. Okay, that could get a little sexual. Maybe. Or they also have bars. Maybe Hannity asked her, hey, great show. Let's go get a drink. You, me, and Shine, let's go have a couple of beers. Perfectly harmless. I don't think that would be an issue at all. Now, she doesn't clarify if that's what happened because she didn't go. She was like, no, you treated me badly. I didn't like the way that you treated me on the show, so I'm not going to go. Plus, I think you're a creep. In fact, that's literally what she said later on in the story. But first, again, she did say that he was... okay, I never thought I was sexually harassed by Hannity. I thought he was weird and creepy, not someone I liked. So that's a quote from Schlussel. Okay. Now, not only that, but she alleges that afterwards, when she said, hey, I'm not going to go to the hotel with you because I think you're weird and creepy. Well, he didn't have her on the show. Now, there's another explanation of why he didn't have her on the show other than retaliation. Maybe because Debbie Schlussel, like, nobody cares about her. She's not a big get, okay? He had her on a couple of times. Turns out she's not really somebody who you would want to have on the air. Again, there's a famous video. The Young Turks just tore her apart. She had a show called, what is it? Debbie Does Politics. Horrific. There's a video out there. Go and look it up. It's got some terrible dubbing. I edit all the show. Even I couldn't botch a segment that bad in editing. And you could see the dubbing. It was terrible. That's somebody you want to have on your show, even if you're Hannity, even if you're an insane person like Sean Hannity, in a hack. You're going to have someone like that in the show? No, that's not somebody that is going to actually get you ratings. So that would probably explain why she was never invited back. That and the fact that she did call him creepy and not someone that I like. But not only that, but Schlussel also has a history of going after Hannity with other things that she couldn't back up. Back in 2010, Schlussel wrote a blog post claiming that the Freedom Alliance, a war veteran charity that is supported by Hannity, was skimming donations off the Freedom concerts and was a huge scam. Now look, I don't know the details, but as far as I know, there doesn't seem to be evidence of that happening. So, hey, and look, if there is evidence, if you guys can find it, if somebody can find it, great. I'll report on it, and I'll give all credit to Debbie Schlussel for finding that out. But if you don't have the evidence for it, well then, it's unfounded. Then it is a smear. Now, that's an example of the many unfounded things that she has claimed throughout the years. So, again, when it comes to Hannity, I do think, at this point, I think the claims are unfounded. Now, Hannity's reaction is classic grifter, okay? He's taking advantage of this to push his political agenda, to attack liberals. Hey, look, never let any opportunity to become the victim pass you by. And that's where Hannity is at this point. Now, again, he said, I'm not going to let slander go unchallenged by the liberals. And this is all about trying to shut down conservative views. No. Debbie Schlussel is a conservative. She's one of you. Even if you disagree, even if you don't like each other, you have the same kind of beliefs. Now, she's also clarified her story to say that, actually, no, that's not, he didn't sexually harass me at all. But again, you have Sean Hannity playing up this victimhood against the left, which has nothing to do with this story. He said there is a coordinated effort to silence the voice of every outspoken conservative. Everyone who publicly supported Trump is a target. I'm not the only one that these liberal fascists routinely targeted. Like me, conservatives are monitored on radio, TV. Every word that they say, and contrary to the alt-radical left stated position, they're so open-minded. Liberals, he said. So, look, quoting you, or even showing a video of you saying certain things, that is somehow targeting you. Even though I have just defended you. There are no good people in this story. Debbie Schlussel, somebody who's been making up stuff about Hannity, as far as we know, because there's no evidence to support her claims. And you also have Hannity, who's a hack and a bullshit artist. So, again, you have two terrible people ripping each other apart. It would be entertaining if it weren't so sad. Now, how this involves liberals, look, man, it would have been fine if they were just you two fighting against each other, but now you have to get us libs involved. How is this a liberal plot is beyond me. But maybe it's because I'm not fucking paranoid and I don't have a victimhood complex. Maybe that's why. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.